Okay, I'm going to now demonstrate perineal care, providing perineal care for a female. So for this skill, you'll need a basin. If you don't have a basin, any large bowl will work. Doesn't matter what kind. You'll need a linen protector. This is an actual linen protector. Some people have puppy pads that you could use as a linen protector, but if you don't have any of that, you can use a different colored towel to place under the buttocks. It's about the muscle memory more than it is the actual having the waterproof barrier. You'll need gloves, obviously. You'll need a towel for protection to make sure you don't, for privacy, so you don't overexpose. You'll need 2 washcloths, one for washing, one for rinsing, a towel or a dry washcloth for drying. And when you turn the person over to clean the buttocks, you'll need a washcloth to wash, a washcloth to rinse, and a towel to dry. I like to stack my linen in the order in which I'm going to need it to help me kind of keep me on track, so I know where I'm at in my steps based on what linen I have left if I lose track. You'll also need some place to discard your linen, so I'm going to get my linen hamper. I'm trusted as a linen hamper here. I'm going to place it by the bed. All right. Okay, Mrs. Smith. I am here to provide perineal care. Is that okay? So your bed's locked in the lowest position. Your call bell's within reach. I'm going to put on my gloves. The door's already closed for privacy. I'm going to gather my supplies. Okay. So you'll need to get water in your basin. It doesn't have to be a lot, an inch or 2. And you want it to be warm. Make sure that the water is warm. So I have my water in my basin. I'm going to feel my basin. I've tested the water to make sure it's comfortable. Do you mind? Will you please test it to make sure it feels comfortable to you? Excellent. So to begin my skill, I'm going to pull the covers down to between her hips and her knees, so about knee level. I'm going to take my towel for privacy, and I'm going to lift the gown and lay the towel over her perineal area so the gown's out of the way, but she still has privacy. She's just not laying there exposed. Okay. So I'm going to ask on the count of 3 if you can lift your hips. I'm going to slide this barrier under your buttocks. So 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure it's up underneath the buttocks. So I'm going to wet my washcloth. Going to use the 4-fold method. I'm going to fold my washcloth in 4ths. I'm going to apply soap to my washcloth. And then making sure I'm always wiping front to back, I'm going to expose. I'm going to wipe down one side, front to back, cover. I'm going to flip to a new area of my washcloth. You can do this 2 ways. You can flip the whole washcloth, or you can just pull down a corner and expose a new part of the washcloth. So I'm going to wipe front to back down the other side of labia. And I'm going to expose a new clean part of the washcloth. And I'm going to wipe down the middle and to put this in my soiled linen. I'm going to get a clean washcloth for my rinse. Same thing, I'm going to expose and wipe front to back. Expose a clean area of the washcloth. Wipe front to back. For this third, I'm just going to flip to a whole new side because you can do the 4-fold method as well. I'm going to rinse front to back. Discard that in my linen. I'm going to get my towel and I'm going to dry using the same front to back motion. To dry using a clean part of the towel with each drying motion front to back. Discard of that in my soiled linen. All right. So we're going to turn you over on your side so I can clean your backs, clean your buttocks. On the count of 3, I'm going to assist you on your side. 1, 2, 3. You do not have to have a side rail for this. In the real world, you would have one, but for this skill, you don't need it. I'm going to make sure that I continue to provide for privacy using my towel drape. Going to wet my washcloth. Apply soap. Using the same front to back. So to wash the back, going front to back, you have to start from between the legs and wipe up. So between the legs, wipe up to the top of the buttocks crease, or if it helps you, the term crack up sometimes helps a lot of students with that one. So I'm going to wash front to back. And then the last wipe will be front to back, up the middle, covering the rectal area of the mannequin that you'll be cleaning. That's my wash step. Now my rinse step. Same thing. Middle of legs up, rinse once. Clean area of my washcloth. We'll flip this one back. Middle of the legs up to the top of the buttocks crease. And the third rinse step. Middle legs up the buttocks crease, making sure that I rinse the rectal area. And now drying. Same thing, okay? Middle up. New part of my towel. Dry. Moving up. New part of my towel. Dry, moving up. So side, side, middle. So before I turn my person back, I'm going to gather this protective barrier and get it out of the way. I'm going to discard of this in the trash. If it's paper, if it's reusable linen, it would go in the linen hamper. I'm going to assist my person on her back over. Turn you back on your back. 1, 2, 3. Going to pull your gown down while removing my extra towel protector. That would go in dirty linen. I'm going to pull your covers back up. Make sure your call bell is within reach. And now I'm going to, your bed is locked in the lowest position, your call is within reach. I'm going to go discard of my supplies, okay? So, we always recommend emptying basins in the toilet, so I'm going to empty this in the toilet. I'm going to rinse my basin and empty this in the toilet. I'm going to dry my basin. I'm going to place this in my designated dirty supply area. I'm going to discard of my paper towel. I'm going to remove my gloves without contaminating myself. I'm going to discard of those. I'm going to verbalize washing my hands, and my task is complete.